Hello everyone and Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas to all of you. We are back for another month of our Vintage Christmas Throwback Quilt Along featuring the Vintage Christmas Quilt by Lori Holt, also known as Bee in My Bonnet, from her Vintage Christmas book, which is this. If you don't own this book, every quilter should have it. There are so many cute projects in here. It's one that you will likely use again and again and again. So this is available at happylittlestitchshop.com, and it's a fabulous book to have in your collection. And right now we are working our way through making that quilt. And this month, these blocks that we are working on through this video will mark our halfway point. We are halfway there to having this beautiful quilt finished. So I'm super excited to get started with you. Quickly, let's go through and look at the ones that we did last month, just for a little bit of a refresher, because I know I'm a little late getting this video out. Things have been super excitingly busy at Happy Little Stitch Shop, which we are so thrilled about, but it has delayed this video a little bit. So this weekend I finally got a chance to kind of dive in and get back into the vintage Christmas spirit of things, and now I have some progress to share with you. So first of all, these are the ones that we worked on last month. We finished 5 blocks last month. This one, oops, the church, the mug of hot cocoa, beautiful star block, and the cute little mitten with the patchwork heart in the middle. So this month we are ready to move on to the next few blocks to make this quilt. The first one up is Mr. Cookie Block. It is on page 64 of your Vintage Christmas book. And here are the fabrics we are going to need to make this block. Just 2. This one's going to be pretty easy. We have the white, and we have, I went with the darker brown for this one, so I think this is called cinnamon, but you could choose to do the nutmeg if you want. That's up to you, but I chose cinnamon for this one, so I chose the brown that's a little bit darker. And then you will also need some small vintage trim, also known as rickrack, and this is in the cloud color. This is also available in the shop. So you'll need a little bit of this for your trimmings on your gingerbread cookie. So go ahead and start cutting up your cookie, and I will be back soon, hopefully, fingers crossed, to share with you my Mr. Cookie Block. Have fun. How did your Mr. Cookie Block come together? Mine came together pretty well. Here he is. I didn't have any problems with him. Adding the vintage trim during the piecing process is something I haven't done before, so that was a little bit different, but I just did a straight stitch right down the center of the rickrack for all of these pieces, and I think he looks really cute. I didn't do any of my embroidery. I haven't been so far. I would not recommend that. I would recommend to keep up with your embroidery as you're doing the blocks. I haven't done that, and I'm gonna pay for it at the end, I think. And then of course, after it's quilted, buttons will be added to this one. So the cute little buttons will be added to this. For all of the small 6.5 inch blocks, the 1/4 inch buttons are used. So Lori Holt has cute buttons, cute little buttons is what they're called. She has a variety of packs available, and a multicolored pack, one of her multicolored packs is 1/4 inch buttons. And that's what you'll need for the smaller blocks for the buttons on this guy. So those are also available in the shop, and plus they make a very happy button jar. So next we are ready to move on to Mr. Snowman Block, and that is on page 67 of your Vintage Christmas book. Let's take a peek at the yardage we're gonna need. So for this one, you need just a little bit of your Riley White for the head of the snowman. This is gonna be your background, the mint green. And then the snowman is kind of a patchwork snowman. So this is one of the patches, the white sparkle. The white with yellow bells is another one of the patches. This recipe yardage on white is 2 of the other patches, and then this blue gingham is his cute little scarf. And for this one, you will also need the pretty buttons as well. So that is what we need for Mr. Snowman Block. Go ahead and have fun cutting all the pieces and putting Mr. Snowman together, and I will be back to share mine with you in just a little bit. So we pieced together Mr. Snowman. Did you feel frosty-like when you were piecing this little fella together? He's so cute. I love the scarf, and mine went together pretty smoothly. Again, I haven't added any of the details to him as far as his face and the embroidery and stuff. And then the buttons will go down the middle eventually once it's all put into the quilt and quilted together. So that'll be a super cute finish for that. I didn't have any problems with this guy either. He went to get together pretty well. I mean, some of my seams aren't perfect, but they didn't meet up quite perfectly in the middle, but all of that I can live with. And his scarf might be a little bit crooked, but I think that's all okay. I'm okay with all of that. I'm using the 10-10 rule. How did that go? Our friend Sam shared it one day on her Instagram. If you're driving by it, going 10 miles an hour from 10 yards away, and you don't notice the flaw, then don't worry about it. So that's what I'm going with. And you guys know that my eyesight is poor, and so pretty much anything looks great to me 10 yards away going 10 miles an hour past it. Everybody looks fabulous. So all of your work is gonna be awesome. So this is my snowman block. Now we are ready to move on to the cutest little puppy block ever. So let's take a peek. This puppy is so darn cute. Let's take a peek at the fabrics we need for this one. So for this one, we need the mint. We will need, this is for the background. For the white parts of the puppy, you're gonna have your white sparkle. I'm gonna show you a teeny tiny piece because I already have some pieces cut up. This, I'm using the lighter brown. So this is the nutmeg for the brown patches on the puppy. And then this is for the collar, the red recipe. And then for this one, it also does call for a button. This one is gonna be a little bit of a bigger button, it looks like. But I'll have to wait until I get it all done and can figure out what size button is gonna go on there. So that is it for the puppy block. Go ahead and jump into making your cute little Christmas puppy, and I will be back to share mine with you in a little bit. Okay, you guys, I should have given you a heads up, a fair warning before starting this puppy block that there are like 5 pages of piecing instructions. So it's a good idea to just go hydrate before you tackle that. Maybe stretch out a little bit so you don't pull muscle. Do a little bit of exercising because it is a little bit of a marathon to piece something that is like 5 pages of piecing instructions. But I will say to you that this puppy was well worth it because he is so cute. And some of you guys are gonna be saying, well, yours is black and you showed us brown. Well, I cut all the brown pieces to match what was in the book. And then I was like, well, that doesn't match our dog, Henry. Our dog, Henry, is black and white. And then I started to think about it further. Like I was debating, oh, I'll just stay with the brown. I won't change it to black. And then I thought, well, he arrived to us on Christmas Eve. He has to be part of our Christmas quilt. Like it has to happen. So I recut the spot pieces and changed it to this blackish color. So my puppy is black and white because that matches our Henry. And I think that the button size that we're gonna need for this one is probably a 1/2 inch button, which comes in, Lori has some other button packs that are a variety of colors. And so she has some that are called maybe Sunshine. And that's a packet of yellow, different shades of yellow. Then she has some that are different shades of red and green and blue and all of those things. So I just got them all. I bought them all and then just tossed them in this jar so that I have all of the buttons at my disposal. And I'm thinking that the 1/2 inch size is gonna be about right. Not the 1/4 inch. The 1/4 inch is gonna be too small for this. So that's something to keep in mind. But there's my puppy. After 5 pages of piecing, Henry came together and he is here and he is ready to go into our Christmas quilt. So I hope you had fun piecing your puppy. And now we are ready to move on to Santa. This block is called the Old Saint Nick block. It is on page 75 in your vintage Christmas book. And these are the fabrics you're gonna need. So we have the mint background. We're doing a lot of mint background on these next few blocks. It seems like a lot of mint. And we need the red light Christmas lights. We need the white recipe for his beard. A little bit of pink for his jolly face. And then this is the fringe on his hat, the white with the blue bells on it. So those are the fabrics you're gonna need for your old Saint Nick block. Have fun putting that together, and I will be back, hopefully without any problems, to share my block with you. Okay, ho, ho, ho. Did you get your Santa block all ready and pieced together? He turned out pretty cute, I think. Again, the embroidery will really change this appearance and really add to his overall finishing. So I need to get that done at some point. But he pieced together pretty well. There were some pretty tiny pieces with this one. We had some more 3/4 inch squares. As you can see, that's a teeny tiny piece right there and all around that block. But oh my gosh, it's so darn cute once you get it all done. I cannot wait to finish this quilt. Like, it's gonna be so pretty, you guys. And we're gonna have it done, the plan, knock on wood, let's stay on track, hopefully. The plan is to get it all done so that everybody can quilt it and have it ready in time for Christmas time this year. And I know that I am gonna be thinking of all of you who are quilting along with me right now and knowing that you are enjoying your quilt while I am enjoying my quilt and my family is enjoying it. So I'm really excited about that. So thank you so much for sticking with me and quilting along during this quilt along with, you know, delays and potentially not very exciting YouTube videos. Thank you for sticking with us and sticking with Happy Little Stitch Shop and sticking with me to make this beautiful quilt, because I really do enjoy quilting with you, and I can feel the community presence when we're doing this, even though we're not together. So I really, really appreciate that. So here's our old Saint Nick block. He's all finished. And now we are ready to move on to the final block for this month, which is the Poinsettia Block. And this is on page 78 in your Vintage Christmas book. And here are the fabrics you're gonna need for your Poinsettia Block. More of the mint green for the background. Then you're gonna need the pretty red and pink gingham, the pretty pink reindeer, and the yellow gift wrap. So that's what you need for the Poinsettia Block. Go ahead and start putting that guy together, and we will be back shortly to share my block with you. Okay, the final block for this month is done. We just finished piecing together the Poinsettia Block. Again, for this one, thank goodness, no problems. My piecing might not be perfect, but I'm happy with it according to the 10 by 10 rule. And so we are now more than halfway through this quilt. With these 5 that we have done this month, we are at 25, and there are 42 blocks in this quilt. So we're more than halfway done with these blocks, which is amazing because it feels like we just started not that long ago. And some of you may have just started not that long ago because you just got your kits, as I keep trying to make more kits available. So I hope you guys are having fun if you're just joining us now. So here is my Poinsettia Block. It's very pretty. I had to look at it a few times because these kind of threw me off. I was like, is that right? But I think it's right. I looked at it a few times. I'm pretty sure it's right. So this is our Poinsettia Block, and that is a wrap for Vintage Christmas this month. And pretty soon, I'm gonna warn you, I am planning to put the next video out on the 25th. I know that I missed the 25th last month, but I'm aiming for the 25th this month. And all signs are pointing to that looking good and that it's gonna happen. So you should see another Vintage Christmas video pretty quickly. But thank you so much for joining me. Please be sure that you comment below, comment on your favorite block for this month, or what block has been your favorite so far. Please be sure you give us a thumbs up. We really appreciate your support to help grow our YouTube channel. Please be sure you subscribe to Happy Little Stitch Shop YouTube channel. Please also be sure that you follow us on Instagram and Facebook. We have Happy Little Stitch Shop accounts on both of those, and we would love for you to come and follow us. We also have a private Facebook group called Happy Little Stitchers, which we would love for you to come and join. There are lots of fabulous people out there who are so helpful if you need help. Very inspiring, very encouraging, and they share lots of fabulous projects out there. So please check it out. And then, of course, the main reason I'm here is to benefit our shop, our family business, which is called Happy Little Stitch Shop. And you can go to our website at happylittlestitchshop.com for all of your quilting and cross-stitching goodies. And we are getting stuff into the shop almost daily. The goodies are arriving almost daily. It's a very busy time right now. So please go check out the shop and take a peek around and see what we have to offer. We really appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Take care. Merry Christmas, and we'll see you again soon. Happy stitching.